right. When we look back at the Covenant shooting and the shooter, even though she was taken out within 14 minutes of her arriving at the school, she did a lot of damage. She killed a lot of folks, 6, 3 children and 3 adults. And now the issue is, how do you better train people at the school to deal with that? Let's get the latest from Jack Jupin, the former FBI supervisory agent, specializes in mass shootings. And Jack, I know there's an effort on Capitol Hill to look at maybe having armed personnel in the school, a host of other things that can be done. But I'd like to cut to the chase with you. I mean, you're an expert in these matters. What do you think we need most?
Yeah, good morning, Neil. You know, this is a challenge that all schools are having right now. Schools, houses of worship, corporations. And nobody's, you know, immune to this type of crime and violence. Yes, is an armed security personnel in a facility an answer? Yes, it absolutely is, and it's one I would agree with. You know, each town has different budgets when it comes to this type of matter, and you know, it's the kind of thing I hear. Artificial intelligence might be an alternative, and that's just one more tool in a toolbox. AI could be a great tool for us. But as well, you need the personnel, you need the people, you know, to actually act.
But it doesn't always happen that way, right, Jack? I mean, it's one thing guys like you who can think through this and all, but of course, you know, in the case of the Parkland shooting that claimed 17 lives, there was a person outside armed who just never went inside. So how do you deal with situations like that?
No, correct, Neil, and that's where it comes down to training, and that's what I continue to do in my company, you know, post law enforcement, is provide this type of training to schools, corporations, houses of worship of how to act. In this situation, you saw, you know, a citizen instructing law enforcement with a description where the shooter was taken, you know, the shooting was going on and where the shooter's location was. Very succinct, very clear direction to law enforcement. Law enforcement acted precisely how they are trained to act. They did a fantastic job.
Right.
They immediately went in. They were clearing the first floor, and we immediately heard gunshots on the second floor, and then arrived at the crisis site where the gun battle ensued.
Real quickly, Doug, I'd like to get your thoughts, too, on the Covenant School. Apparently did everything right. They had locked doors, very tough to get in. This assailant just blew the door and the windows away. How do you protect yourself against that?
Yeah, I mean, listen, everybody did everything they were supposed to do in this case. And you're right, unfortunately, we still have 6 victims. You know, if there's an armed person in the school, is that one, you know, potential defense? Yes, it is. Would, you know, AI have been here? If AI was on scene and there was artificial intelligence, would that have, you know, quickened up the response? Potentially. I mean, the police can't, other than sitting out in front of the school, which some schools, you know, opt to do. They put a police car out front as a deterrent. But, you know, there's that expense, right, of paying for a police officer or paying for a car to be out there. And unfortunately, you know, not every town has a budget to do such a thing, you know.
You're right. You're right about that. But a lot of good issues to raise here. Jack, thank you so much for joining us